Manhattan may be thought as the concrete jungle, but northern Manhattan boasts natural landscapes, impressive geology, and a core group of devotees who care for it. Morningside Park is one such example.
I started as a gardener in Morningside Park in March of 1999.
I'm an architect by training, and I got involved because this is such an important park, really historically.
Lived in the neighborhood for 11 years now. And the park was one of the deciding factors that I moved here. Kids enjoy it, families enjoy it. It's a really nice park.
It's an Olmsted and Vaux park. It's the same design team with Jacob Ray Mold that did Central Park. And this is really their culminating achievement.
It's actually part of a whole geological phenomenon that goes up the west side of Manhattan.
All along the heights where like Columbia and other institutions are, there's sort of a rocky base, and then the terrain flattens out into central Harlem.
Where we are standing was all glacier. All the Harlem Plain, all the flat part of northern Manhattan was scrubbed by the ice. This was the hard rock that used to be as high as the Himalayas.
The parks to the north are actually what we would call remnants of topography that really couldn't be built upon.
So we're dealing with amazing rock formations, beautiful woods. We've opened some of the areas and made lawns for people to picnic and relax on and play with their kids.
In 1895, the year the park was completed, it was noted as one of the 3 premier parks in New York City, along with Central and Prospect Park. So really the goal of our organization is really to bring it back to that kind of level as a premier park in the city.
The waterfall was built, I believe, in 1985. It goes off and on at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. It's an unnatural natural feature.
One of the really distinctive things about our park is we've got a wild turkey in our park. Really one of the few parks, I think, that has that, and her name is Hedda Gobbler.
There's paths that meander up through the hills that are really lovely. There's so many places in this park where you can just get lost in nature. That's why I love it.
When I come in with the dogs, we just go towards the field, or we'll go all the way down to 121st Street, which is like a really nice walk. When you walk down, it's like a country lane, almost. Or we'll just go up to the dog park and, play with the dogs up there. He's got a lot of puppy friends.
I have friends in the neighborhood who grew up here, and this was their playground. They got to climb the rocks and fish in the pond and do all sorts of stuff that a lot of city kids don't get to do.
Silas and I are getting our morning exercise. We're walking on the park and enjoying our local playground area.
Morningside Park's recent resurgence is due to the community activism and is sustained by dedicated volunteers, employees, and a combination of not-for-profit groups that all pitch in and do a part.
The deal making was happening in the 60s. There wasn't a lot of outreach into the community for their input. The park had been neglected. There wasn't really a lot happening here. And Columbia was going to build a gym right where we're standing. Apparently they started blasting this rock, and if you look, you can see that there's lines in the rock where they stuck the dynamite in. The students were up on campus protesting the ROTC and heard the blasts, came down, lay down in front of the equipment, stopped the construction. They were joined by citizens of Harlem to completely stop the operation. It basically was the beginning of the momentum to turn the park around.
Well, the Friends of Morningside Park we were started 25 years ago by Columbia University students.
They called themselves the Fiends of Morningside Park, which I think was pretty appropriate considering how wild things were back then.
Well, we do lots of different things, from cleanup projects. Last year we started a farmer's market. We were instrumental in getting that started in Morningside Park. We also advocate to the politicians for money, and we've been really quite successful in the last couple of years. We've gotten $2 million from the City Council, and that's going to go to a brand new playground.
Another big thing for me is planting native plants, and I've done a lot of work with school groups on that, and also with AmeriCorps, with the Green Apple Corps.
Partnerships for Parks does a lot for us, and every little bit of involvement helps. We've got student groups from little kids in here that are tending gardens with Marshall. We've got all sorts of corporate groups, and it's just all has a snowballing effect, and it's really great for the park.
One of the students raised her hand when I started talking about the bulbs and asked if we were planting light bulbs. So these kids, they really need to get out here and get their hands dirty and experience nature, and I love to do that with them.
What we've found is really important is to be involved really in the grassroots, because a lot of groups get started up and they really don't represent the park as a whole. So I guess advice to groups starting up would be, really reach out to everyone. And that's what we've done. We've really branched out from our early beginnings as a Columbia student group, and it's been a great experience that way.
To get involved at Morningside Park, contact Partnerships for Parks.